Oh, baby, how you lie.
Let's get together, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you and I combine?
And friends are friends forever, if the Lord's the Lord of them. All my life, you're a friend of mine.
It's Ceci and Adam.
Welcome to Momlennial Podcast. All the podcasters are in different locations.
I was just thinking, I'm like, we're in different locations, but we're in different locations than our regular different locations. So I can barely keep track.
I'm in a place called Walla Walla, Washington today.
Well, that's fun to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was just going to say. Might be one of the funnest names of a city.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm having so much fun.
Not quite as
Emphasis
warm
on
as
fun.
Tucson, is it?
Funsy. Fun.
You've been traveling for the past 4 months, it feels like.
Yeah, it's okay, this trip was planned for probably 2 months, so I knew it was coming. And I take this trip every fall. The Tucson one came up very, very quickly, and it felt very exciting and thrilling to pack a bag and go for 10 days to a place I'd never been. And then, I ended up just loving it out there. Loved it.
Oh, pictures to prove it.
Adam, my phone made a romantic reel with music of the day that you and I climbed Mount Lemon.
That's too good.
Does your phone ever do that? Does your phone ever do that where it's puts the pictures into a video form and then it has romantic music underneath and stuff?
Absolutely. Except mine's all freaking food pictures.
Oh.
So I'm like,
well,
no
it's because you
problem
date
here.
pizza.
It's my self-date
They title it
romantic reel.
a food tour across Tucson.
They always do some kind of sunset picturesque. I don't know. I eat a lot. What are we going to say?
That was a weird experience when you and I went up to Mount Lemon and I physically cried at the top of the mountain.
I'll never forget
You've
that.
never
I was
done
like,
that
wow.
at any point in your entire life about anything,
No.
let alone nature.
Let alone nature. She doesn't care about nature. I know.
I
It's
didn't fall
weird.
far from the tree.
You're not much impressed either, huh?
You got to get to a sky island, Ellie. It makes all the difference.
Oh, what?
I saw
Sky
it here.
Island.
What's a sky island?
That's what they call Mount Lemon here in Tucson because you go up so high and the climate changes so much. It's like it's its own island in the sky.
It's true. I could cry
It
remembering it.
It was totally a sky island.
Did you? Now it's been very hot in Tucson. Did you go
Oh
up
my
to Mount
gosh.
Lemon to get a little colder?
It's let's start with this. There was a time in my life where I said, you know what? I could take as much heat as possible for forever, and I'm fine with it. After 4.5 months of 105, you're like, you know what? I wouldn't mind a little cross breeze. You know what I'm saying? So we've had record temperatures in Tucson for 10 days straight, I think. And now here's the thing. The sun's getting a little lower, so it's not June sun. It's October sun. But it's still enough to heat it up to 105. So I'm not really sure what's going on.
Okay.
It's broken my whole Midwest weather brain.
This feels biblical. Biblical.
It could be.
Who
If it's
knows?
anything about the Pillar of Fire, it's right here in town.
You're like, I found it.
Yeah. Oh, it's right behind my apartment.
Or are you on the cusp of Hades?
Death Valley's 3 hours away. So I guess that should be my first clue.
105 is warm. I think
It's a
it was
little-
cooler when I was there. It was in the 90s.
You literally timed it. The nicest, most comfortable week since I've moved here in late May. So you came at the exact time. So that's
Okay.
something to think about if you come back. It could be 112. So you got to time
I
it
will.
right.
I will see you in February. That's when I would like to come back.
Correct. You'll live the snowbird life. It'll be amazing. You'll love it.
Exactly.
So, a little
Oh
hot.
man. Well,
Little bit.
I had a bunch of fundraising today. So could you see my eyes? I'm just a little bit.
You've got the for those who's joining. Ceci and I used to do radio together, and Ellie joined the podcast a year ago. Fundraising in radio is truly an event to behold, whether you're listening and especially a part of it. It takes about every bit of energy out of you that you got.
Okay, so you want to hear something funny? I
Yeah, please.
decided I decided that on this fundraising trip, I was going to go on this eating plan. Do you remember those packets that I ordered a while ago?
Yes, because
The
you were going to ship them to
color-coded, colorful box of powdered astronaut food.
Yeah, astronaut food. Exactly. So I had ordered those because I wanted to lose a couple of pounds before I went to Tucson, just because there was kind of like this goal. That sounds weird. Sounds like I was trying to lose weight to go on a radio. That's not it. I was trying to cut my summer happy pounds, the ice cream pounds.
Oh, we all have them.
And so I went on this 4-day thing, and I didn't really lose any weight, like maybe like a pound, which you can lose a pound after a nice poop. You know what I'm saying? So I do not attribute it at all to this thing I was on. But then, and I liked about half of the food and the other half I didn't care for.
Yeah.
So I decided this trip in Washington, I would just order the things that I really liked, like the bone broth was good, and they had this cranberry elixir that was good. And then I had leftover stuff because I really didn't do the whole program exactly. And so I thought, I'm out there by myself for 5 days. I'm going to hit this for 5 days. And then,
It'll be great.
I lasted 6 hours. Last night.
Not even the same day?
No, I was like, I am tired of eating bird food. I am staying in a hotel that has the best food. This is a foodie hotel.
Oh.
This is a Courtyard Marriott with a chef. And I'm not kidding. It's foodie.
Hi.
What?
So, yeah. So I
Sign me up.
8 p.m. last night, I walked down to the hotel restaurant and I ordered myself a grilled cheese and some tomato soup to go. And I ate it in my room while watching Netflix. And I enjoyed every last fatty bite of that thing. I was like, I'm not doing
this.
this.
With some cream puffs.
For $40 each. Like some of your prior trips.
Per puff. Per puff. Referencing way back, I don't even know what episode that was on,
gosh,
but
like a couple
where
years
Dave
ago.
and I went
Could
to
not tell
Miami.
you.
Right. I wanted to feel like I was rich. And so I ordered what's that called? Room service for the first time in my life. And I just wanted, so I ordered cream puffs. And they looked like they were $18 on the menu. And we got the bill and they were like $40 for 4 cream puffs. Like teeny tiny ones.
Oh, I thought they were big.
No.
Oh,
Little.
no.
Anyway,
Brutal.
send prayers.
Send prayers and a cake.
Also, when Ellie is my travel agent, Gen Z, and she always pays a little bit of an upgrade to get me on a window seat when I fly. And this time the station booked the travel and I have been in the middle seat. I was in the middle seat.
Oh, you got the whose armrest
Brutal.
is this seat?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can I just give a little PSA to all you men? All the men.
Oh no.
Oh, all the men in the room? Oh, that's me.
All
Sure.
all the men and everyone listening.
In the world.
Every man I have ever sat by when I'm in the middle seat
Oh, no.
just takes up so much space, hikes their arm on the middle rest. You have got to acknowledge when someone is in the middle seat, they have no armrest. If you're in the aisle, you have the aisle. You have a place to put your leg. If you're on the window, you have the window. You can
get the
lean in
view.
toward the window.
That's
if
right.
you're in the middle, you got nothing. So throw me a bone and give me the armrest. Men never consider it.
No. And just guys?
Always, guys.
Oh,
And
man.
I love men. I'm not a raging feminist or anything like that, but I've noticed that every time I fly.
Just give me my armchair.
Give me
Give me my armrest. You know what? That makes sense because if you're in the aisle, you get the left armrest, which is one. If you're in the window
Yep.
seat, you get the right armrest by the window.
What do
So
you
the
get
two
in the middle? You have to sit in the middle
Squished.
and you get nothing.
Brutal.
And nobody considers being kind. This is my little
And-
kindness PSA.
And more than likely, you will get the charger in the middle for your phone that also doesn't work unless you shove it in with your foot. So there's that on top of it.
Literally every flight I've ever been on. Oh, I'm sorry. The Wi-Fi is broken today. We have free Wi-Fi unless you're a member of and I'm not a member of anything. By the way, the Delta app sucks.
Delta's supposed to be, but their cookies are rocking. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't have a cookie on the way out because I was on a diet.
For the 6-hour flight.
Yeah, it was.
You got to get one on the way home.
You guys know what I did? how
Oh,
ridiculous
oh, no.
I was
Ask-
taking this, how far
you-
I was taking this.
Did you ask for a
Did you
Delta
ask for a
imprinted
cup
carrot?
of hot water?
Yeah, I brought. Okay. I don't
That's why
know.
they didn't give you the armrest. They're like, "Look at this lady with all these packets."
Like
Yeah,
I got
like, this
jingle jangling in
lunatic.
my bag. Yeah, I am a lunatic. You know, I bring my own water bottle now. I travel with it, but I've got to put it in my suitcase. Well, then this
Right.
time I brought kind of a mug, an insulated mug in my carry-on, and I put scoops of bone broth in a baggie. It totally looked like drugs.
I was gonna say,
Oh
how are
my
you not in
gosh.
jail right now?
I don't know, because I figured they'd have a dog sniffer, and I'd be like, it's bone
Mom.
broth.
Oh
Listen
my
to me.
gosh, a bone
Listen to
broth
me.
dog sniffing dog.
I bought
You know how
Bro,
much
Bob.
they talk about those.
they're a special breed. They come from Alaska. Okay. So I
it's a
got
Tibetan bone
I
broth.
have my bone broth in its own little dime bag inside my broth cup. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I roll up to TSA pre-check
Roll up.
because I hate taking off my shoes at the airport. I hate it. I will pay any amount of money to whatever TSA global entry pre-check situation that is in the world. I'm not taking off my shoes or
Is it
my laptop out of my
because-
bag.
Is it because a million people have their feet on the floor too that all touch the same spot?
Don't
They're
care about
barefoot?
that. I just get annoyed. I hate it. I huff and I puff. I hate it. So I roll up to TSA
so true.
pre-check, right?
Yeah.
They're like, ma'am, you
Oh,
don't
no.
have TSA pre-check.
Oh.
didn't give the station your number?
I thought it was a known travel number and all the airlines would know.
No,
They all
you have to
text
put
each
it in your
other?
profile. Oh no!
Oh, brutal.
Tell me you're flying Delta. I would have put it in your app for you.
Welcome to the line with the peasants.
So then they go, then they give me a choice. They go, you can go all the way back to the check counter.
No.
And I had already had an interaction with the check counter lady, and I didn't think she would be happy to see me again. Or I can humiliatingly, I have TSA pre-check. I have it. They're like, it's not on your thing.
So you're trying to push
Mom.
this international debate now.
Yeah. I had to, like a loser, go to the regular line and take my shoes off.
By the way, if you're listening and use the regular line, we love you. You're not losers.
You're like Adam.
Cheap.
No,
kidding.
Mom,
That sounded really
do you have
snotty.
the
I didn't mean to
Delta
be
app on your
snotty.
phone?
You're not.
Okay, so Ellie, listen to me. I had downloaded the Delta app. I was like, where's my push notification with my boarding pass? United sends that to me well in advance of arriving to the airport. Delta, not so much. No, they didn't. So then I'm at the
You probably
airport.
just didn't
And
have
there's no.
notifications on for the app.
I learned that
Probably.
now. Guess what? I was also the nerd and the loser, and I'm talking about myself. Nobody else was a loser. I'd have them print out a boarding pass on paper.
Oh, old school. I love it. Tell me you're Gen X without telling me you're Gen X. Also, I do the same thing.
Literally.
You do not.
I
You
do.
fly with a paper boarding pass?
I do both because what if my phone freezes?
Your phone's not going to die. Your phone
is.
is not going to die.
Tell
It's not.
Verizon that a week ago with their service trouble. But then I usually I'll have both. So it's like in my pocket just in case. You know what I mean?
You're cute. Both.
It's giving travel paranoia.
It's giving. Well, don't travel with me because I janked that thing around and they don't have hot water on the plane. That's what they said in the promotional material of the.
Oh,
They had coffee.
my.
I literally
Word.
can't breathe.
They had coffee. They didn't have hot water. So I had to go to a restaurant in the airport. I mean, can you hit water, please? Yeah. And I had to buy something
Brutal.
I couldn't eat to so they'd give me free hot water. And then I get my, somehow the packet of bone broth made it past the sniffing dogs.
Which is
And I'm like-
crazy.
I'm opening this baggie and I'm putting it in my, and then it's too much. It was too intense.
I would have given up after 6 hours too with all that going on.
I know.
That's a lot of
Same.
A
happening.
lot happening. A lot. And then I get this. Then I land. Okay.
Oh, no.
I land.
Are the police waiting for you? Excuse me, ma'am.
dog
Is this your
were
bone
there.
broth?
The dog.
the dog.
No. Okay. So I'm flying to the West Coast from the East Coast, which
Yeah.
means I land at 11 p.m. my time. Traveling all day. Bone broth didn't really sustain me like I thought it would. Tired, hangry, exhausted and cranky. I roll up to Enterprise. Okay. To rent my car. There's one guy ahead of me, and the lady goes, "I'm sorry. We just rented our last car to that guy."
Oh no!
I
Stop.
go, "What?" I got to get to a hotel that's literally 52 minutes away from the airport at 11 p.m.
Gosh. And they didn't have any cars at what?
My word.
But guess what? I got my wits about me, you guys. I got my wits about me. I decided, okay, there's nothing you can do. Skirt over. Well, there's a bunch of chaos and everybody's mad and trying to yell at this lady. Skirt over and get in the other line and rent a car from someone else's, which is what I did. And who is the proud driver of a Dodge Hornet?
You're driving a Hornet from Washington. Oh my gosh.
This girl's on fire.
Oh, look at you stinging like a hornet. Oh my gosh.
That car sucks.
Pictures. I want pictures of the Hornet. And let's
Okay.
post it on our
Oh
Instagram
my
for the
gosh.
Momlennial podcast.
Okay.
So here's Cece's hot ride of the week.
You guys, I can't drive this thing.
Hold on. I'm looking it up. I can't even fully
It's
picture what it looks
white.
like.
Mine too.
Oh, well.
Also, I've
that's too
teased
bad.
Adam for getting the paper printout, but I don't know how the air in it works. So I just keep like randomly pressing buttons up and down,
This car is
hoping
so ugly.
that something
Oh my
connects.
gosh.
Who even has a
hoping
Dodge
that-
Hornet as like a rental? Have you ever seen that at a rental?
Oh, is it a GT or
No.
an RT?
It's an ugly T. It's bad.
Oh
so
my
bad.
gosh. What color? Oh, wait, you said
Thing
it's
looks
white.
like a Subaru and like
Oh,
a
no.
Honda Civic.
Yeah,
like
had a baby, like a really ugly
meshed.
baby.
Yeah. Yes.
It's an ugly
They got
baby.
the
Getting-
bad genes from both parents.
Oh, I'm looking at one that's bad automotive histories. Do you?
It's
Is it?
bad.
You said it was white, right? I'm really
Yeah.
hoping it was the nasty brown mustard one. The one I'm
Oh,
looking at right now.
Would have been
That's-
my lot.
That one's
That's
janky.
nasty.
The one I'm in is janky. It's so weird.
And
It's
it's
so
white.
weird.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Ew.
I really
The
hoped it
lady-
was more of a sports car.
You guys, the lady. Now, this would have been me
It's too
if
bad.
I was doing customer service for Enterprise. Okay. I get it. I get this woman. Okay. So this man is so mad. Like, while I'm in line getting my Dodge Hornet, you know, this man goes, I registered for this car this morning and you should have it on the lot. She goes, we're out of cars. Go ahead. Look at the lot and see for yourself. See if you see any cars. They're gone.
She ain't playing.
And he goes,
Love.
why are they gone? Which is what everybody's wondering. What in the heck?
Yeah, who
She
snuck
goes,
in here and
I
took all
don't
the
know.
cars?
People didn't like drop theirs off on time. Huh? What?
So really, these customer service reps are glorified babysitters. It sounds like, which sounds terrible.
Something.
Yeah.
You
She's
gotta-
like, don't
when
shoot
are you
the
gonna be
messenger
home?
people. It's not
Are
my
you
problem.
proud? I didn't yell at her. I gave her a really dirty look of disgust. I let her know
Well,
with
so
my
close.
eyes I
So
wasn't
close.
happy
So
while I
close.
was skirting in the other Avis.
Did you do the back
Oh.
tire rev off of anger when you took off in the parking lot? So long, sugars.
Yeah, I was out of there.
Bye.
Me
your
and my
Hornet.
bone broth.
And your hornet.
Disgusting.
Oh, that's brutal.
I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
my
you can't take
word.
me anywhere. You'd think I'd get it at this point in time, but I'm just
And it's
saying.
always a new issue. That's what blows me away.
That's
Like,
true.
I
With me?
It's not a
Yeah,
repeating thing.
I'm gonna be honest. You've opened my eyes to travel woes I didn't even know could happen. So
It
thank
is
you
always a new
for-
issue. You are correct.
But
It's a
hey,
special talent.
I've been there with computers, so you know what I mean? It's always a new issue.
Guess what I did, Adam? Speaking of computers,
Oh my gosh. Should you go get yourself a cheeseburger? 'Cause you deserve it.
this is my last story, and then someone else
Somebody
talk
else can
about some
talk
kind of
about-
snafu going on in your lives. So, I was very proud of myself because I don't learn new things that easily, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to
Really?
teach my brain really. I'm trying to teach my brain that I am capable of learning new things.
Good for you.
So
That's good.
When I was out with Adam at his radio station, I learned a whole new program and a whole new way of recording a radio show. And you record it directly into its own system.
That's right.
But I have special glitches that only apply to me that no one has ever heard of. The engineer has never heard of.
Might be
the
true.
tech support of the company have never heard of. So I'm recording. Bloop, bloop. My show is on there from 2 until 7 o'clock p.m. And there's like 6 breaks an hour. And every time I record the last break of an hour,
Yes.
the system goes like in a perpetual state
You get the spinny wheel of death.
of like not going to the next element. It's very weird. Only on that last break. It's such a weird glitch. So I texted the engineer a video of what happened. I just was like, I'll just deal with it. Okay, it's fine. So what I have to do is I have to restart that system every last break of the hour. And then I have to go back into the log and I got to go back into the right date. And then I got to go to the
boy.
hour that I'm on.
My gosh.
And it's annoying, but it's like the cross I have to bear. So then Friday night, I like had work extra hard and got everything done. I'm chilling out, glass of wine in the front porch. And I get a text from the program director. You never want to get a text from the program director on a Friday night. Something's on fire and it's most likely your butt. So he says to me, did you do the 4 o'clock hour today? Guessing no.
Oh no.
So then I explained, I was like, listen, I've had this glitch and I texted the engineer and whatever. Anyway, I said, what would you like me to do? I'm home. I can go right into the studio and fix that. He's like, we're on the last break of the hour. So
It already happened. Already was airing.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Oopsie.
yeah.
Oh, hi.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway.
This is our contemplative hour.
Yeah.
Gonna listen to
I just
music
felt
and
like
pray.
what the people needed with the hurricane approaching and the whatnot is they needed some music.
Just more music for your drive home. There you go. The
There you
drive
go.
at 5
There you
as they used
go.
to call it.
Yep.
Even it was 4, but whatever. It was 4 in some time zones.
That's the glitch in the matrix that's happening
5
in my
o'clock
life.
somewhere.
How's Gen Z and the Momlennial doing?
Gen Z's just chilling. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. Just chilling.
Well, you're pretty excited because you had a TikTok go viral today.
It
What?
did.
Tell it what dish
I had
this?
one hit. I had a video hit. At least right now, it's over 50,000 views. So that
Snap.
was fun.
And it was
Wow.
just you putting cookies on a cake plate.
Yep, that you bought.
I'm
me,
not making
so thank you.
I'm not making fun of you. Sorry. That sounded like
No.
No, it's just you putting cookies on a cake plate. You make money from that?
I wish. Eventually.
Hey, you never know.
That's your job?
Gen Z is fine all the ways.
I have a cake plate that my mom graciously gifted me at one of my bridal showers. And so recently on TikTok, I've just been starting a little series of me just literally refilling my cake plate with whatever dessert I've been making. It's like a cookie jar, but modern, I guess. And people seem to really like it. And it hit the right side of TikTok today. So that was exciting.
I like that you do that because I think that that's really fun. I think that every week it's fun that you pick a new dessert to make and you put it on the cake plate and most people use cake plates once a year on someone's birthday. I
I
really
own a
do.
cake
I
plate.
like it. I like that you put cookies on it and cake and it's cute.
Well, that's kind
fun.
of what I was thinking with it. It's like it's a fun decorative element that people wouldn't normally use. It's like
Mhm.
well, because what initially made me think of it, it's like when you walk into a coffee shop, you see like the displays of the muffins and the brownies and the cookies and like whatever else. And so it's
Now I'm
kind of
hungry.
like fun when you're
Right?
True.
Let's go to that hotel.
And now it's fun like when your cake plate's full and you're like, oh, feels like I'm walking into a store and like getting myself a little treat. I don't know.
That's so fun. I
my
like that. I'm
gosh.
glad
Yeah.
people are liking it too.
Yeah.
So I got a question, and I think I can visualize it. What it is. When you say cake plate, is that the plate with the stem that's like risen up and you put the cake on it like that, like a dessert platter?
Yeah. With a dome.
Oh,
Yeah.
With a glass lidded dome that you put on top of it.
With a
which
cloche.
of course, because you want to see, but yet you
With a
want to
cloche.
keep with a cloche.
That's what it's called. It's a cloche.
Oh, it's a cloche.
It
Because
is.
you
It's a
close
glass
it.
cloche.
Oh, I never
There
knew
you
that.
go.
See, I've seen some cakes in my day, so I
You
know.
have.
Wow, good for you. I have to look it up on the TikToks.
You're not on TikTok,
On
so
the
you can't see
No,
it.
I'm not. All. You know
No.
with TikTok, if you try and do it in the browser, they get mad at you and they're like, "Nope, you got to download the app." And I'm like,
Yeah, they
I know.
changed
want
it.
to.
They
Adam,
get angry
I
I'm
would-
too
now.
old.
I would really like you to download TikTok because that is half of my relationship with people now is sending them TikToks.
Oh, it's so true.
and I can't
Wait.
send them to my husband because he won't get TikTok.
Oh,
And I'm like,
see,
just you don't even have to look at it. Just download it so I can send you videos.
That's
That's
the
good
only
stuff
reason.
on there.
Like, were you on rug TikTok? I called you about this last week and you didn't answer. Were you on rug body TikTok?
I was
don't
on
want to
Rug
get
Body.
this reference.
No.
rug.
Mhm.
You wouldn't know. Mhm.
Well, are people getting rolled up in rugs and thrown in the
Yes,
ocean, or what's going on?
they
Yes.
Wait,
Literal-
what?
exactly.
What?
Mhm.
That's what it
This
is.
was crazy. Yes.
Mhm.
What?
Don't even tell him. If he's not
Yes.
going to have TikTok, he doesn't deserve to know the reference.
Do tell me, because I don't want to get murdered in my sleep and then
Well-
thrown in, well, the desert. There's no ocean here.
Someone will roll you up
But-
in a rug and bury you in their backyard.
I'd be
Yep.
so
And
mad.
you're gonna try just to, and then you're just gonna buy the house, and then someone's just gonna try to build a cute little fence, and then be like, "Oh, there's a rug here. Oh, why is there a rug here? Oh,
and people
what's
are
rolled up
finding-
inside the rug?"
What?
Cadaver dogs came.
Yeah,
What?
both
They only-
sat. Both
they
of them
only
sat.
mhm. they only
Right
spelled
at
bone
the-
broth.
They sat in the spot where the rug.
Mm-hmm.
I'm legitimately
But then apparently they-
horrified.
But then apparently they dug it up, and there wasn't a body inside of it. But I think it got moved. There's
Which we
no
were all
way.
kind of bummed about.
What?
Yeah, everyone was kind of like, "Oh, that's kind of
Yeah.
anticlimactic."
Oh, that's too bad.
Mhm.
So, ooh, no further questions needed. That's wild.
Mhm.
Literally another reason why I don't want TikTok. I don't
You
want to
do
see.
want
No,
it.
you
I
have
don't
to
want to see
know.
no rug.
It was
with no
exciting.
shoes sticking out.
You
or
do. You
whatever's
want
left.
it. Trust me.
You get ahead of the
I don't think
news
so.
outlets. It's like, like 3 days before like the results would have come out on the Today Show.
about the rugs.
Yes.
There was
Oh,
there was
no.
a pediatrician in Florida, or an
in a
emergency
rug?
room doctor pediatrician who went
Okay.
viral on TikTok. She was making all these videos, and then she lives in Florida, so then she would kind of tie in hurricane content. She got famous,
Oh.
like I said, on TikTok, and
Yeah.
I was eating my grilled cheese last night, and they had the news on mute, and the TikTok doctor was being interviewed
Oh,
on national
no
TV.
kidding.
Crazy.
What?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness!
Mhm.
Just
TikTok's
because
crazy.
it is,
I
you
know.
get some views, you get some likes, and all of a sudden you're just top of the world, I guess.
Mhm.
I find this so
Exactly.
ironic how last week our episode was, should we have our phones anymore? And now we're all,
Can't we just be content?
Yeah, but we just need to be on
Nothing
TikTok
needs
all
to
day.
be shared
Yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, look how well that week has been
Okay.
going.
Well, look
One
at
of the-
privacy.
One of the points.
Womp womp.
Listen, one of the points, because I was thinking about this when you were talking about 50,000 people liked your video. One of the points that this Hannah Bruncher made that I talked to last week, that if you missed it, you can go to last week's episode. She said in real life, 50,000 people are not clapping over anything you're doing. But that can be
Correct.
kind of a common experience online, which can lead to some really weird feelings, Ellie, because if none of your other videos ever hit like that, and you don't get 50,000 people clapping for you, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, then you have this like big
Oh.
disappointment. But in real life, that's not real, you know?
Mm,
No.
Yeah,
And, like,
that's
I
a
feel
good
like
point.
that
that's
was
the-
interesting.
Yeah. It's the weird toggle between it because it's like 50,000 people viewed it. But then you're like, okay, but did 50,000 people actually watch it? No.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, how many people actually watched the whole video? Maybe like a quarter of that if you're being generous. And then so it's like there's definitely layers to it, but like TikTok knows that. And so they make the number kind of keep going up. And so you're like, oh my gosh, it's getting more, which then gets you on the app, which then gets you scrolling, which then gets you
Oh.
watching other people's videos. So it's a whole cycle, but it's fun. I mean,
so it's how-
I'm having a great time.
and you're getting dessert out of it, even though you're making
I
it.
remember the one time
Exactly.
this show had a clip that went viral when we were talking about water, and it just was the most
Yes.
thrilling thing ever, just to see the crazy numbers. But that happened one time. Now we get
Yeah.
2 views.
25.
And there's 3 of us here already, so it could be us. Who knows?
It
But
could be
anyway.
us watching our
It could
own
be us.
stuff.
It
So there's
probably
that.
Those of us
Us,
that have
yes.
the TikTok.
And
One
not
of us
just-
one of us prints out paper boarding passes. And
It's
It's
true.
not Gen X.
in
I'm
the
such an old
50s.
soul. I'm such an old soul.
You are
Which makes
such
me
an
think
old
of
soul.
something I found. I know we got to wrap up shortly, probably, but I wanted to ask you guys because you're married, and since this is a generational show, did you guys ever hear about what honeymoons were really meant for back in the 19th century?
Well, I know what honeymoons are meant for.
Well, okay, all right. Wait, trust me on that. I'm not going anywhere weird. And I want to get your guys' opinion on this, if you guys would like this, or if this is coming back in your generation, Ellie, or if it ever happened back in the 70s, 80s. A honeymoon used to be a bridal tour where the couple can visit relatives who weren't able to attend the wedding.
No thanks.
Nope. No.
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 That's a
Absolutely
no.
That's why that ended at 1900.
Doesn't need to come back. That's why
Could
people
you-
don't do like
Bridal
morning
tour?
after brunches. No.
Right. Exactly.
That's weird.
Now people go to you guys, the
Yes.
married people, you know?
Yeah,
A
no,
bridal
we don't need
tour,
a
what?
tour. No, we don't need a tour of
We
people who
don't
couldn't.
need it to-
Nope.
My wedding's not that
Send a
deep.
gift.
You would want to jump on the Victorian train and go across the country to meet your
Oh my
relatives
gosh.
and your
That's
newly
funny.
wedded blissful life.
That is so funny.
No.
Isn't that brutal?
How far we've fallen,
How far we fall.
society.
Now
as
you
a
just
whole.
fly across the country to get a hornet.
If you want more of the Momlennial podcast, well, then subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes without having to do the work, and that's totally our jam.